Hey everyone, it's Hunter with Group 9, covering Chapter 7 this week, which is Designing Our Organization and Architecture with Conway's Law in mind. And so pretty much Conway's Law is basically like an idea from some guy talking about like the bigger a corporation is, the more limited they are because of the software they develop is limited to those specific people, and then the outside source or newcomers would be kind of a little bit harder to understand. So we're gonna try and go a little bit faster this week, so we don't have to spend like 10 minutes on the video. But let's go forward. All right, introduction. So we're gonna be covering this chapter a little bit about like different types of organizations, how we can organize our team and our the way they are with optimizing for cost, or if they're going to optimize for speed, or a little bit of both. And so it's important to kind of plan this out beforehand, to kind of know where your money is going to be ended up spending when you hire all these people. And then we need to actually make our products and services the focus of development, and getting that out to our customers in a timely manner, as that's how we would get paid. Alright, so next slide here is our team organization. And the top bullet point talking about an application layer, is it good or bad? Pretty much in chapter 7 there is a section talking about this company where they had something designed in what's called an application layer. And what happened was, whenever they wanted to change something or they found that something wasn't working too well, it took them a while because it was in this layer. So because of having it in this specific area, it took an extra while to kind of fix that or change it. And so pretty much it's bad to have, I guess, organized in the application layer. Alright, and then how do the organizational archetypes affect this, for better or worse? So we have a few different types here. Functional orientated is basically optimizing your team for costs, right? How can you save the most amount of money by still getting, I guess, a workable product out to your consumers. And then I'm sure you can probably figure out some downsides already if you're only going for cost. Matrix is a little bit of both of market and functional, meaning you have both optimizing for costs for functional and optimizing for speed for market. And I guess next market is basically optimizing for speed and solely for speed. Alright, next off we have a little bit of a chart or a graphic here talking about the differences between cost and speed. So when we have a team organized for costs that save money, we would organize our teams based off their specialty. Okay, we have this networking group here that they specialize in networking and networking only. And then we have this other group here that focuses on maybe code production, software development, and software development only. They will understand basically one bit or very little of the other teams, and as such they kind of just work to themselves and maybe not have the best communication of other teams, as they don't know what they're doing. And by having that happening, it takes a little bit longer because the teams don't know how to communicate too well. And the way it's organized, it might be a little bit not not the fastest flowing route there. So, and when we go for speed, we kind of have this team made up of generalists, or basically a team that's made up of people that are jack of all trades. They have multiple skill sets. They kind of understand a little bit or a moderate amount about each kind of, I guess, the overall company's flow, how products and services get from point A to point B. As such, the teams aren't stuck waiting for another team to make a move or do something. They can always keep working, keeping them more productive. And then functional orientation, again, is just that organizational for cost, saving for cost. Alright, when we share responsibilities, what are the effects of shared development responsibilities? So when we have shared development responsibilities, it kind of forces communication, right? When you have a product that you can't do 100% by yourself, but you want to make sure that your side is going to be the best it can be, you need to make sure that the other team is working on their side the best they can be, so when you kind of merge together, it would still work and not be completely like lopsided and have some sections feel really polished and some sections kind of feel a little sluggish and rusty. So that's one effect. What kind of skills are required from the developers to make this work? I think once again that is having generalists, or I guess developers kind of know a little bit more than just one thing, what they are hired for. I think a lot of companies, when they hire people, they don't fully understand what the people can do or how to get it to work, and so it's important that as a developer you kind of understand that, and then you go from there, just trying to learn a bit about everything to help products and services get done faster. Alright, how does fostering learning and growth in employees affect the project and company overall? So I think just when hearing that, it's all about I guess building trust in the employees, and you're enabling them to just learn more, and by that you help them get the products done better, and you get it done faster, and they get more experience, and then they can help train other employees later on. So there you won't have, I guess, these weird trade-offs where this employee or a group of employees know what they're doing, and all of a sudden they're retiring, or they move on to different places, or they quit, and then new people come in, they're like, I don't know what we're doing. So it's important to have the company's good training no matter what type of person or employee you are, so you don't have to rely on your other coworkers to train you. Excuse me. Alright, focusing on products and services. What does it mean to focus on products and services? Well, it means pretty much just to focus on getting what you're actually going to get paid on, getting it polished, and how can you improve what you're already doing to make more money, right? You want to get it out faster. You want to get it out not spending as much money as you need to. So side effects of this attitude, you're constantly looking for improvement. You're looking for innovation. It's a good thing, right? And by doing that, you are always, putting the pressure on your employees, but you're enabling them to grow and learn by figuring out a solution. And by having that communication with the groups, and you've had a good organizational setup, the teams can communicate really good, and they can become more productive, and so communication is a great thing there. Alright, team size. So we learn in this chapter that it's kind of good to keep team size to, I believe, less than 10, or they'll say like that I guess a couple pizzas could feed the team. So when you have a smaller teams, you do a few things. You will limit, I guess, the overall speed of what they can do. And you might say, oh, what the heck, why are we limiting speed in that area? But what it will do is it'll enable that all the other small teams aren't ahead or way behind. They're always kind of at the same stage. So they can enable better communication, which in the long run result in faster development. And so that's kind of the effects of having a smaller team. It's basically been proven that it's you need to have around, I guess, 5 to 10, which gives you the best sort of speed versus cost scenario. All right. In conclusion, I know we got a little bit. I'll try to get this done before 10 minutes, but overall, the organization can have a profound effect on projects as well as the people working on them, right? So the very first thing we read in this chapter is that this company had this whole setup early on, and then enabled slow work times, complicated issues that would come up, and this was not good, and it took a lot of refactoring to enable to get it to where it was today, which is actually a very good leader in, I guess, DevOps organization. So we need to take these things that we talk about here and, I guess, think about them, and when we are in the position to actually help the company make these choices, we could use this knowledge to better that. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the next week. Thank you.